Edwards off the running. Lost it back down to Edwards. They hand it off to Johnson. Boise State has won. Right now, and they take a downfield shot. And the catch is made. It's Riley Williams. Goes to the free. Touchdown.
So nice.
Every time. Every time.
A little sloppy on the trigger finger, baby, but I
My
like
bad.
it.
My bad. I forgot to take it off loop.
Hey, well, we appreciate you guys coming in. I see about 8 of you so far. So, Trev, it's a hell of a week for football. Coming off a really good one in week 8, a lot of upsets, a lot of ranked teams losing. We put out our top 25 this morning. So you guys, if you're watching on Twitter, you can go back and watch it. I need to pin that actually. But I mean, we got another good slate here coming up, and we've got 10 pick'em games that we're going to break down. 13, 10 standard, and then we got 3 bonus ones. A lot of good ones. So we're going to hit those.
We're going to do our pick'em while we're doing all this. So
yeah,
if you're participating in our pick'em and you try and do what we do, or as far as pick the games that we're picking, feel free to join. Throw it in the Facebook chat, or throw it over into YouTube. Either one.
Yeah, absolutely. So we appreciate you guys being in here, and we're trying to do it live on Tuesday nights. We're going to see how it goes. Next week we're going to do our a playoff prediction type thing, as well as our pick'em. So if you like it, let us know. If not, maybe we'll go back to how we just been doing it.
Maybe we'll just record it.
But we want to see. We love the fan interaction.
So join us. Come join us on the chats. On Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. You can put into the chat. We just cannot respond to you in the chat. So if you guys have any questions throughout the episode, throw them out there. Throw them in the chat so we can address them. We can talk about them during the show.
Hell yeah! All right. Well, let's get rolling on this, Trev. Blake might join us. For those of you that are new, Trevor and then myself, Brendan, our partner Blake, he might swing in, so we'll see. And our boy Colt's already. I see you, buddy. What's happening? All right, let's go ahead and get into these games, Trev. And then if we want to talk about our top 25 later, we can.
Yeah,
we can do it now. Do you have the images on that?
I have no images.
All right, no worries. We'll just run that later. Let's talk these games. The first one that we got pulled up, a lot of people write it off. Indiana's massive favorites currently over UCLA, but that hasn't stopped UCLA before from winning these.
I'm pretty sure the spread was very similar when they played at Penn State, but just throwing that out there.
It absolutely was. The spread's sitting at 25.5. It opened at 24.5. This is a danger game if you're Indiana, and I think Cignetti's got the team, ready to rock and roll. He understands. He even said in the presser, "Hey, we're playing a 3-0 football team. Like this team is so much different in UCLA than what they were at the start of the year." So you got Nico, who's really starting to step it up. He's playing well. He's still their leading rusher, but they're getting different pressure points. They're attacking the defense at different levels than what they were at the start of the season. So I think Indiana's really got to watch out, Trevor. I mean, Mendoza's been on it. The dude's thrown for 21 touchdowns, only 2 picks.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's at the end of the day, there is no one hotter in college football than the Indiana football team and that offense in Mendoza. They've got all the momentum. While I think UCLA's played phenomenal to get where they're at right now, there is no way anyone's going to convince me that UCLA has the firepower to match up against the offense of Indiana.
Yeah. And on the other side of that, Trev, the defense. The defense for Indiana has been on it. Even when they played Oregon, they were getting after it on the defensive line. Their defensive backs were playing smart football, good on contain, good in their zones. So I think they're going to lock it down. But I put it in there. It's a risky pick if you want to do it. I think Indiana is just going to be too much, but I could see UCLA covering the spread from how they've improved with the coaching change and the offense actually clicking. We'll see. I don't know. This might be another one where Indiana goes out and blows them out like they did Illinois too. So we shall see. I'm riding with Indiana on this one. Trev,
Yeah.
You're going to Indiana too. And again, we'll put out all these on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram whenever we get Blake's picks in too. So that's what we're rocking with. Indiana, again, let us know in the comments. Does UCLA have a chance?
Chat, put it in there. Put it in there. Put in your picks for the games.
Yeah, and if you're watching on Twitter or whatever, and if you want to comment, we've seen it like once before, but go on to Facebook, go on our YouTube would help a lot. More subscribers, that helps too, please, if you subscribe. But outside of that, comment on Facebook. We can see you down here. It's a running tab. All right, let's move on and talk a little bit about Ole Miss in Oklahoma, Trev. This one is sitting at a 4.5-point spread. It opened at 4.5. It stayed there. It's in Oklahoma. What are you feeling on this, man?
I feel like
Oklahoma's
I'm surprised that
it's all material.
Well, yeah, it is, but I'm really surprised that Ole Miss is the one as the underdog in this game, honestly. Oklahoma's good, don't get me wrong, but if Mateer goes down, I mean, that offense went stagnant. They're just not the same team, obviously. So I lean towards Ole Miss in this one because I know that they didn't come out with the win, but I thought they played pretty darn good. I mean, granted, their fourth quarter wasn't very good, but the first 3 quarters were great. But
I'm with you on that, Trev.
I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think if I want to pick Ole Miss. If I want to trust Ole Lane.
There's rumors of him going to Florida. There's a lot of talk about that. We saw last week with Nebraska, who we're going to talk about soon, and Matt Rule. All these things about him going to Penn State, and then they flop and get their ass waxed on the field. So could the same thing happen with Lane if he's really considering the Florida job?
Oh, I think easily. I think that easily could happen.
Is he considering the Florida job? Quick sidebar.
No.
I think he should.
I don't think he should, actually.
No.
Only because I get that they will pay him ridiculous amounts of money to come there. But I've heard and I've seen like him talk about this, like on an interview with ESPN, about how he's so happy at Ole Miss. Like, health-wise, everything. Like, he doesn't drink anymore. He became sober while he was a coach at Ole Miss. Like, all of those things. I feel like to walk away from that is walking away from everything you've accomplished personally as well as professionally. I think he's got a lot of roots in Ole Miss that a lot of people don't consider, with his kids being there and everything like that. Just to go bouncing around again, I feel like he just doesn't want to. He's past that point in his career. Okay, chasing the other job.
Yeah. So I'll say this about his coaching, prospects, and then I'll get to the game. I think he should definitely consider it because of the ability to recruit that you have at Florida compared to Ole Miss. Now, Ole Miss still recruits well, but Florida out-recruits them just in name alone. And then you add in his ability to coach, which Florida has not had recently. So I think you add that together, that'd be a really great, opportunity for him and Florida to move up. However, Ole Miss has such a good situation right now. They kill it in the portal every year. He just has to get over those humps on those tight games, like Florida in that fourth quarter. That can't happen. But the pressure is so much less at Ole Miss than I think what it would be at Florida. So it's a give and take, but I think he definitely has to consider it if he wants to, really push for that natty. Now, he can still do it here at Ole Miss, but I think the talent level between recruiting and the portal there would just get him to that next level. As for this game, though, Chambliss, I really like this guy. I like his ability to play, to be smart. He did well on the road. Mateer, it's a one-man show at Oklahoma on offense. It really is. They've got some pieces that can help out, but if his thumb is still not great, I know they beat South Carolina. That doesn't mean anything to me. South Carolina's ass. October is what they've been calling it. It's a flop. It's been flopping around for the last, couple weeks. No, I don't worry about that game. I'm taking Ole Miss here, guys. I just their offense has been really good. Defensively, they need to settle in. You can't allow a big shootout like what you just had against Georgia. But I think offensively, they're going to be just enough to outscore this OU team. And who'd you end up picking, Trev?
Well, I didn't really pick anybody,
didn't?
but I'm gonna pick.
remember.
I am gonna pick. You know what? I'm gonna pick OU on this one.
You going OU?
Yeah,
running with the Sooners, baby. Hey,
I cannot believe I am saying that, but
I know.
I'm gonna take old Lowe's advice here.
Yeah.
Old Logan Malice's advice, and I'm gonna take some Oklahoma Sooner action.
The old kid coming in with the score prediction.
Coming in there with the score and everything. I love it.
No, I need more Pendleton in me before I start making picks with score predictions. That's one thing I'm not good at. All right, let's move on and let's talk USF and Memphis.
Yep.
What a disappointment Memphis dropped last week. I know the quarterback went out of the game and he got hurt. I know that changed so much with Lewis going down. However, it's still UAB. They just fired a coach, and you let them beat you in a game which was probably going to possibly be game day. I know they're going to Vandy. Vandy was always going to be attractive, but still that possibility of USF, Memphis as a college game day,
right.
And then you flop it down. I'm all about flopping right now. I don't know. But I'm taking USF in this. I'm taking USF regardless. I saw that Lewis is day-to-day right now at quarterback, and without him, I just don't think they have it to keep up with Brown and company. The offense for USF has just been rolling, Trevor.
Yeah, USF is on fire, and I think they'll keep on rolling. Yeah, last week really killed me with Memphis. I mean, they were my group of 5 pick from the outset to potentially make it to the playoff, and I think they could have gotten there if they would have just kept held serve. But yeah, I think USF's going to be too much for Memphis this week.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. If Lewis plays, I think it'll be tighter. The spread's at 4.5. It opened at 3.5 in favor of USF. So I mean, to me, if he's playing, if he's good, he had a lower body injury.
Yeah.
If that doesn't impact him for this week, they held him out. I don't know. USF is too much for me. All right, let's move on. Talking about a team here that nobody's really mentioning in the national media, and that's Northwestern.
Rightfully
and
so.
I get it. But this team is 5-2. They started off rough. Yeah, they took a loss to Oregon, earlier in the year, but then they've gone on a win streak. They beat UCLA, who's turned it around. They beat Louisiana Monroe, whatever. Penn State, I love that. Good job. And then Purdue, they blanked them 19-0. On the other side, Nebraska, Trevor, they've been a sieve on the offensive line. Minnie Mahomes he's doing his thing. He makes some nice passes at time, but then he's like a statue in the pocket. Who gets this win? I don't know. I'm really tight on it. Spread 7.5 in favor of Nebraska.
Oh man,
what are you thinking?
This game sucks. Oh Lord. Look. I feel like the entire offensive line of Nebraska is from south of the border, because I tell you what, they like to do Olay all day long and let the freaking
bull rush. I mean, yeah,
it's like Olay and let them run through and just kill. Man. You know what? I mean, maybe Patty Mahomes Jr. needs to just stop pretending to be junior and pretend to know how to be a quarterback. I think his offensive line is just a little done with it.
Yeah, maybe
I think everybody's a little done with it.
But yeah, maybe rules. God, he's like, dude, I gotta get the hell out of here. I just don't know, man. After last,
he'll be in the transfer portal next year. I guarantee it.
Rule might be gone. I mean,
yeah, Rule. If Rule leaves, he's gone. He's gonna follow him.
After last week, my trust in this team has really gone down. I mean, we said in the preseason, this team has talent. It's got pieces, but the offensive line is just not there, and it's not helping anything. Minnesota's not a bad squad.
Okay,
but I think Northwestern is going to keep it close, and Nebraska is notorious for losing one-score games.
Okay,
they've done a little bit better this year on it. I think they'll win. I think Nebraska will get the win late with some field goal.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
That's
No,
what
I'm going to go
doing.
out on a limb. I'm taking Northwestern in this one.
Defense holds for me.
Defense holds. Patty Mahomes Jr. freaking blows his. Never mind. And never mind. Yeah. I feel like this is set up for failure right now for me. Because I'm talking a whole lot of shit, which means Nebraska's gonna have the best game that they played all season.
That's true. That is true.
This is exactly what's gonna happen.
He's gonna go off for like 350, passing yards, and
literally has happened to me. Those of you that don't know, this has been happening to me all season. As soon as I decide to shit on a team, they decide to shit on me back.
It's like strategic.
So,
you wait to shit talk, you hit them, and then they flop. And
I'm even positive, and then they shit the bed, and then they do good.
Yeah.
So
I'm going Nebraska in a late the defense holds.
Probably a dub. But,
that's what I'm doing. All right, let's move on and talk a little bit here about SMU and
I'm
Wake
excited
Forest.
about this game.
This is another one that's similar to the last game. Is nobody's talking about these teams.
Yeah.
Wake Forest is 4-2. Now, I know they're 1-2 in the ACC, but still, in all, 4-2. They're at home. SMU's coming to town after beating Clemson, who is not who we thought they were preseason,
true.
Unfortunately. But when you look at this team for Wake Forest, Robbie Ashford, he's just not got the great numbers, but he's able to kind of move the ball enough. Claiborne, I think, is their biggest piece for me, and Barnes outside. Right. Claiborne's a hell of a running back. I really like this guy. But on the other side of it, I love what SMU has offensively between the running back, but then also the tight ends. We've talked about them previously. I love the tight end situation there with, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on his name, RJ Maryland. Yeah. And then I think their defense is going to be too good and force Ashford into mistakes. He's thrown 2 touchdowns, 4 picks on the season. The numbers aren't good, but again, he's able to run. He's able to maneuver. What do you see in this one, Trev? Anything?
Look, I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, if Wake can't run the ball, they're not gonna. Yeah. Nothing's gonna go well for them. And SMU's pretty good. I mean, Jennings has done really well this season. He's almost a 2,000-yard passer at this point already in the season. So I just think that SMU is going to have them outnumbered a bit as far as talent across the board. Yeah. While going in, I'd probably say they're close to being on the same level. But honestly, I feel like SMU, as far as defense goes, against that offense of Wake, I think is just going to dominate them, to be honest with you.
I'm with you, and Logan, I agree. They'd be better off putting in Uncle Rico instead of old Robbie Ashford. Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. He can at least throw it long distance. Yeah, I agree. I think the defense is going to be too much from SMU for Wake to do what they need to do to win this game. So I'm running SMU, Trev, SMU.
Me too, yeah.
All right, let's talk about this one. And we've got somebody that's personally invested in this game in the chat right now. And this is Kansas State versus Kansas. Okay. This is your team, Trevor. Your self-proclaimed Kansas Jayhawk.
Well, I mean, you might as well grab the local varsity team. It's better than what Kansas State's putting out lately. Fucking hell.
Certified hater. Hey, look, I'll say this for Kansas State. They have really turned it around. They have shaken the funk from whatever happened over in Ireland. And they could have easily gone down like Florida State did last year and go 2-10. But they've at least got one more win. They could still lose out, but they've got one more.
Did you just hear they got at least one more win?
Like, they played a good TCU team, and they beat them 41-28. They played a tight one against Baylor. They got screwed against Baylor.
And I will give you that. They did get screwed. They did definitely get screwed.
And then Kansas, on the other hand, they're not playing great. They're not playing bad. I mean, they did get knocked around by Texas Tech, and that was before. I think Kansas State is on a run, and I think they're going to get them and continue the streak, guys. That's what are you going to say? No, the streak's broken. Are they breaking?
Yeah, they're going to break it this year.
Oh man, I mean, streaks are meant to be broken.
Look, and I know what Colton's going to say. He's going to do a whole lot of.
You're proud of yourself, aren't you?
You know darn well I am. But look, KU's definitely going to beat them. It's not even going to. I think 2 touchdowns probably, 2 touchdowns, and they're just gonna take them out. I feel like I feel it in my bones that Kansas got this one, and I even forgot to write down the game. It's so useless. It's already a foregone conclusion. Shoot.
Hey, and this they are favored. Kansas is the 2.5-point favorite. They are at home.
Rightfully so.
So I mean, this is going to be. I think it's going to be a battle. It's going to be tight. It's going to be ugly, gritty game. But I've got Kansas State. I might use them as a gridlock later. They helped me against TCU, so I might gridlock them. We'll see. I forgot to mention on the SMU Wake Forest one, SMU surprisingly is only a 3.5-point favorite in that one. That kind of shocked me. I know Wake Forest, they're up 4-2, but they've lost 2 games to Georgia Tech in a tight one, and then NC State. So they're not a bad squad, but I just feel like SMU's got a little bit more. Either way, Kansas State, they're getting the dub. Yeah. I'm feeling it. Defense, it's going to be a shootout, and Johnson's going to go out there, and he's going to make some crazy shit happen at the end of the game, and it's going to be a stupid finish, but they're getting the win. Let's talk next one, a big one here in the SEC. Mizzou at Vanderbilt. This is the game day choice of the week. Currently, Vandy's 2.5-point favorites. And again, if we had talked about this preseason or even 2 years ago, that Vandy's going to be in these positions to be in the college football playoff, people be like, "You're a freaking liar. You're out of your mind." But no, Pavia and Clark have gotten this thing rolling. I love what the coaching staff is doing for this team. On the other side of it, Missouri, they just came off of an ugly win against Auburn. I mean, it was ugly. Bo's playing all right, but he's also, I don't know, there's times that I like what he's doing. And then others, it just looks sloppy, Trevor.
It does.
He airmails the ball for a pick. He makes silly reads at times, doesn't use his legs properly at times.
Right.
So I'm leaning towards Vandy on this one. Ahmad Hardy's a strong running back, but then when he gets into these bigger games, he's kind of, I mean, he's still there, but it's just not as strong as I was expecting from him.
Right.
And then on the other side of it, you got Pavia. He's a do it all. He puts his body on the line. I'm locking in. I'm going Vandy.
That's a good call because I mean I don't even know why you're questioning it. But no, I look. Mizzou is the quintessential "I don't trust you" team.
Yeah,
I don't trust the team that I'm going to get. So with that being said, I trust on the other side of that coin. I trust Vandy and what they're putting out on the field every week, week after week. It is literally the same effort.
Yeah,
that's the one thing I love about that team is that the effort doesn't change from whoever they play. I mean, they just so happen to play in the SEC where they happen to play a good team every week, essentially.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with that. It's Vandy, and I think that they're probably going to take care of them pretty quickly. But I mean, Mizzou does have the potential to do good things. It's just I don't know if they will.
They've got strong players on defense for Missouri. I like what they have out there on the linebacker position. Trotter's a hell of a linebacker. But, I've seen a lot of people talk about, common opponents and that everybody goes straight to the Alabama game. Well, Vandy got, beat by Alabama by, 2 scores and, Mizzou only lost by a field goal. I got it, but transitive properties don't work. You can try to compare, but it doesn't. Go back and look. Vandy beats South Carolina by a large margin. Right. Missouri barely beat South Carolina. It was it's 9-point win, but still it was a lot tighter. So, it doesn't matter to me. Teams are improving. They just beat LSU. Missouri's on a tight one with Auburn. I don't know. I think it'll be a close game. I think the spread again is 2.5 points. So I'm running with Vandy on this one, Trev, and you pick Vandy too.
Yeah, Vandy all the way.
And we'll see. I mean, there's rumors, around, Drinkwitz being, rumored to coaches, coaching staffs as well. I don't think he'd leave Mizzou, but, you never know if that plays a factor in how some of these guys do in game. Next one, wanted to bring this one up. BYU versus Iowa State. BYU's been on a roll. Iowa State's sitting at 5-2. They're looking to upset a team. This is the quintessential Big 12 game where somebody is going to get, or like this week, somebody's going to get knocked off that they shouldn't. So I feel like BYU, you're on the road. This is a danger game. Watch out. The spread is 3.5 points in favor of Iowa State.
Insane.
And BYU's rolling, man.
It's insane.
I look at the comments and I see "fuck you." I'm like, God dang, but that's not to us. So we're doing all right, Trevor. We're rolling.
Yep, there you go. Boom.
It's just an argument in the comments.
It's okay. We allow it. We allow that. Just be nice, kind of.
Yeah. No, let it. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. Let it roll. But anyway, 3.5 point spread in favor of Iowa State. That shocks me a little bit with how BYU has been playing. Bear Bachmeier has been getting only better. He's using his legs. Martin's a strong running back. The defense has been playing well. I don't know, man. When you look at Iowa State, they just came off an ugly loss to Colorado. Cincinnati got them. Now they're close, but Iowa State, this is a season where you had good returning production. You were missing your top wide receivers. I get that, but you still have Rocco Beck's a strong quarterback. Running game, you're expected to really lean on that. And it's just it's gone, flat for me.
Right. I get that. And I will have to say that I don't understand how Iowa State is a favorite. I don't get it. I just don't get it. BYU is looking more impressive, more consistent all throughout the season. Way more than Iowa State has. So with that being said, it's not even a thought in my mind. BYU is going to win that game.
See, this is one where I've kind of been waiting for BYU to show me something. Mm-hmm. And last week they showed the grit and, Bear playing well against Utah that I'm like kind of buying in now. And I know
do you buy into the thought process of having a letdown after an emotional, like a big game like that, where it's your rival and all that fun stuff?
It's absolutely a potential letdown, and it's also a trap game. This is the definition of you go on the road and you take an L before you play Texas Tech, who is ranked 14, 100%. who's been playing well. They had a tough loss against Arizona State. You just come off an emotional win from the Holy War.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, this is the definition of a trap game. I'm gonna go. Oh gosh! Now the more I talk about it, the more I want to change my pick. But I'm going with BYU. I've been picking against them all season.
Damn it!
I've been picking against them all season, and I'm fine. I know that I'm gonna pick them.
I thought I was gonna get one on him there, guys. Honestly, I thought he was gonna go with the home team.
I like Rocco.
I really did.
That's my guy, man.
I need to catch up. God bless it. BYU all the way.
I'm doing BYU too. Lord. And real quick, looking at the comments, ISU ends the streak. Some hatreds towards Ames, Iowa, and with a quick question from old Night Stalkers 22. We love the Night Stalkers. 160 a soar for any military. You already know that. But this is some Pendleton midnight. It's good stuff. It goes down smooth. That's good
and
stuff.
This, in case anyone is wondering, is an Arizona Arnold Palmer.
There you go. So good question, of course. And if you're drinking something, if you're sipping on some of this,
put it in
Tuesday
chat.
Night,
put it in
the chat. And there's some good college football going on right now. It's some Conference USA action. Kennesaw State, they're currently putting it down on Florida International 31-17. And then a tight one, Western Kentucky and Louisiana Tech, 20-14 in favor of Western Kentucky currently. And they're sitting at 5-2. That's a team that might try to slip in, into the back end of the playoff, conversation too, if these teams keep dropping games in front of them. And score alert, there actually Louisiana Tech just scored. So live, that's pretty cool. We got a live update. It's basically college football red zone over here. All right, let's move on. We talked BYU, Texas at Mississippi State, and honestly, Jacob, I wish you weren't here for this. Our friend in the comments, he's a huge Texas fan because I mean, I don't know. I just want to shit on him, but I'm going to do it anyway. You know why? Because I can. When I'm looking at this game, we picked it. I know Mississippi State's 4-3. They've kind of gone on a skid here. Outside of the Texas A&M game, it's been tight. They had a tight loss against Tennessee. They had a tight loss to Florida.
Right.
Honestly, should have won that game. And then Texas, on the other hand, they've been struggling. They got the win against Oklahoma. They shut them down. Again, Mateer was hurt. They're neutered. It counts, but I don't take that that's more of an outlier. Mississippi State, Shapen has been playing well. I know he's got 5 picks. He has an interception problem. But with the rushing attack they have and the offense that they've been rolling with, they've been putting up points. It worries me for Texas. When you look at what they did against Kentucky, Texas could not, move the ball. They barely scored 16 points. It took overtime to get there. Kentucky blew them out of the water on the stat chart, but the Texas defense did hold and save the game.
Okay.
Will it be the same thing? I don't know. I'm going Mississippi State with an upset here, guys. I think it's going to be tight. I think it's going to be ugly. The Texas defense is going to be all over it. They have to force turnovers. If they can force turnovers, they win this game. If they can't, and if Mississippi State controls the ball well, watch out. Mississippi State gets the upset. That's what I'm rolling with.
Okay. Interesting. Thank you for picking that, because now I can do the whole hook 'em horns.
Oh man. Hey, not so fast, my friend. It's not
the camera adds 10 pounds to my fingers. They all look really chunky.
Those are
they look chunky. Anyway,
good Lord. Did we just talk about a finger sign? Good Lord Almighty! It looked like sausages from here.
Congratulations! Texas, right? I'm picking Texas. Good golly! Wow.
All right, you picked Texas.
Yeah, I picked Texas. Hook 'em horns.
You trust Arch Manning in
hell no. I trust that defense
enough?
though. I trust that defense way more.
That's fair. Simmons is a beast, and if he can take over this game and let the defensive backs do their thing, because they are strong backs. I do like what they have. Then this is going to be potential for them to get the win. It might be ugly, but they still might win it. I just need to see it before I trust them again. Let's move on. Talk a little bit about the Aggies, and we got a comment here. A&M has to start playing tough teams now. Oh snap! We got shots fired at Arkansas, Florida, Mississippi State, Auburn, and Notre Dame. When you look at their schedule, but they're playing LSU, and honestly, is LSU tougher than any of those?
No,
I don't know.
They got an inept quarterback and an inept coach. Yeah, no, this is going to be a barn burner of useless. Because I am not sold on Texas A&M at all.
You're not?
Nowhere near.
Man.
Not sold on that at all. But I'm definitely not sold on LSU. Well, I'm sold that they suck.
Yeah, I know. I know you've been against them.
But this one's a tough one for me. I would imagine that the Aggies will come out. But going into LSU, man, that is, no matter who you are, that is tough place. And especially if you go in top 5 ranked, everyone's coming out for that game, and they're going to just go crazy.
Yeah. It's a rivalry. They hate each other. Yeah. This is going to be a fun one. It's, night game in Baton Rouge. I'd pull out a Cajun accent, but I don't want to be anything like Brian Kelly. So, I mean, he killed a kid effectively. Yeah. Now, when I'm looking at this game, though,
I sort of agree with that. But, I mean, once you get past the top 5, I mean, after that, it's like, meh. We'll just put you here. And Marcel Reed's in that category for me. He doesn't he's not the same kind of quarterback because I put him in the same. I expect the same things that I would have from. Oh, knew it in my head and I lost it. The Heisman Trophy quarterback from Heisman Trophy, Florida State's quarterback. Help me out, dude. Jesus.
Tommy Castellano.
Nope.
Is that who? No,
Before him.
Jordan
him.
Travis.
Thank you. This Marcel Reed reminds me of Jordan Travis, but he's nowhere near as good as him.
I was gonna say that yummy kicking in, boy.
Dude, I'm seriously, dude. I can't.
No, man.
I fucking picked Texas A&M. I'm done.
I like Marcel Reed
to
a point. Last year I did not trust him. He's grown this year. I think there's definitely good growth that's happened. He has moments where I'm like, okay, hold on, but for the most part, I trust him over Nussmeier on this one.
100%
to go down and win the game late. I really think that this is going to be a Texas A&M win. I don't trust LSU moving forward.
I agree with Barbara on this one. Death Valley in the dark at the dark is a different animal in general.
It is. I mean, it's got upset set up over it. LSU currently is 2.5-point dogs at home. Raucous crowd, everything. I think Texas A&M is going to have enough to do it, and I still lean back. I know it was earlier, but that Notre Dame win is still impressive to me. So that's what I'm rolling with Texas A&M, and you are too.
Yes.
All right. No love for LSU and Brian Kelly. All right. So that's our main 10, and now we got some bonus games here. We got 3, and we'll roll through some of these here. Michigan versus Michigan State, threw it on there. It is a larger spread. However, it is a rivalry game. Michigan State likes to assault players when guys come over to Lansing. It's a night game, so they're going to be drunk and crazy. This is going to be an interesting one. Childs has not impressed me very much. I know he's got a 10-3 interception ratio, whatever. Their team just has been struggling. Their offense has moments of being all right. The defense has been a sieve. They've lost 4 straight, Michigan's getting things figured out. They're working on, trying not to let the thing happen to what happened at USC where the defense was just so off-putting. You can't help your offense and a young quarterback when your defense is thrown out like that. So I'm going to take Michigan here. I think Bryce Underwood's starting to lock in. Haynes is going to be back on the running attack. Michigan's starting to use the tight ends and actually looking like an offense that we know. This is going to be an ass whooping, in my opinion. There's only 2 ways this happens. It's going to be close, ugly, nasty fight with a Michigan win, or Michigan blows them out of the water. So that's what I'm rolling.
2 things. Michigan, no brainer. It really is. I don't really even need to say a whole lot about one or the other, because all I'm going to do is talk shit about Michigan State, and you guys don't really want to hear me talk shit about Michigan State and how much they're grass-eating fairies. But anyway, moving on.
I heard that one before.
I don't know. That was definitely out of the ass there.
Hey, we've got a fan question though.
Yes, fan question. Where would you rank Underwood as a QB? I mean, I wouldn't rank him anything other than a QB, but sure. Person, I think he's a great person. Top 10 person. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. I still look, Jared, honestly, even though I root for Michigan and everything like that, and I want to see them do really well, I still think that Underwood is outside the top 10 as a quarterback.
Yeah.
I just haven't seen enough to elevate him to a top 10 status. He's getting there. He's getting better. But I think in year 2 and year 3, you are going to see a very dangerous quarterback.
Yeah.
This year, he's still figuring it out. And honestly, the offensive coordinator's still figuring out how to best utilize him, because he can roll out. He hasn't rolled out very much, as much as I thought he would have. But as far as freshmen go, as far as freshmen starting any position, he's one of the top freshmen, no doubt about it in my mind.
Yeah. I think with some of these comments, looking at it, Castellanos, he's a good quarterback. I do think he does airmail shit a lot, and I think from Bryce you don't really see that. It's more calculated. I would take Bryce over TC myself.
TC has problems between the ears. Bryce does not. So far and away, a better football mind is Underwood over. And he takes the game way more as a business as opposed to some trying to be a video game on the field, which is what Castellanos relies on 100% of the time. His legs and his ability to scramble, where Bryce is a more polished athlete, quarterback, everything. Even though he's a veteran, he does not look as calm in pressure situations. And so
I wholeheartedly disagree with this. Alar sucks compared to Bryce Underwood or Aller, however you say it. I would not. I've never liked Drew.
I feel like we're getting baited into something right now.
I don't care. I know we're off. I know we're off base on what we're supposed to be doing, but we're fan interaction at the moment. He is a freshman with a high ceiling. I agree with that, and I think early on I'd agree, but I think we're figuring shit out as a team and using the tight ends and using the running attack, offensive lines gelling. This game against Washington that Michigan just had was their best performance, and it looked like Michigan football. Using wide receivers in different ways, running hard with Marshall and the running attack, and then really using tight ends. And Michigan was down to the third and fourth string tight end, and they used them like they didn't give a damn.
And frankly, they played great.
They did.
They played phenomenal. I thought, the name escapes me. He was 88. 88.
Tonelli?
Yeah, he played great. I thought he looked very athletic, way more than I thought he would. And yeah, as far as and honestly, I will say this. I actually don't think he's necessarily ass. I think he is having a hard time figuring out how to best utilize his players.
Yeah, I think it's just a growing moment. And the offensive line has not been a big help. The drops early were a huge killer on Michigan. They've got Marsh, who's now in, and he's been reliable. McCauley's been reliable. Just don't throw it to Samaj. And I disagree about the throwing a laser. It wasn't even a hard pass that guy threw on. It was a Samaj. He's got stone hands.
And I'm not going to agree with this either.
No,
no incoming freshman as of right now is showing. Smigel looks good. Don't get me wrong. Underwood is better.
Yeah, no, when you watch Underwood, the way that he can change his arm angle, the ability for him to throw the RPO play, his RPO game is fantastic. It has been fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, this Michigan's they're climbing. If the offensive line can help out, and Wink stops fucking around, Michigan's gonna be all right. Let's move on.
What's our next one?
I know we've been on the Michigan for a minute. Let's talk a little bit here about Houston and Arizona State. Houston, a team, really, they're sitting on the outside of the top 25. Nobody's really mentioning them. Arizona State just came off a big win against Texas Tech. Leavitt, he's only getting better. It's like we mentioned last year. They kind of started off slow. They almost lost the game to Texas State in the opening week, but then things started going. They did have old Scattaboo to help out. But I'm telling you, this team is figuring it out as they go. Riley Brown's a good back. He's speedy. The defense is kind of starting to settle in. Now, I know Texas Tech was, without Morton, they had some problems, but they made that game a tight one late. On the other side of it, Houston, Connor Wigman's, he's like had a whole rebirth. He's come in, he's back with Houston, or not back with them, but he's with Houston now. He's really stepping up and playing well. Their rushing attack's looking all right. The defense playing good. So outside of the Texas Tech game, they've been playing pretty well. Even against Arizona, they did give up 28 points, but still they stopped them. And Fafita, I still think is dangerous, especially with his legs. So what are you looking at this one? I feel like Arizona State is a safe pick. They're 7.5-point favorites, but Houston,
that's why I'm picking them. Because they're safe.
You're taking the safe dub.
Yes, of course I am. Have you forgotten how far back I am?
I know. I feel like I want to take a flyer here, but
this is not the game for me to take a flyer on. Have at it, buddy. Go for it. You go ahead and take Houston.
I don't have trust in doing it. I trust Levitt much more at quarterback.
Yeah, likely story.
I'm going to go ASU as well. Hey, look, Michigan State, the team we just talked about, is crying that he's not on their team anymore. Like they are so sad that he's.
Well, maybe they need to learn how to keep continuity together a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean,
not be criminals.
They might fire their coach too. We'll see. Last one on the bonus, guys. Illinois versus Washington. Two 5-2 teams in the Big Ten. Both sitting at 2-2 in the Big Ten. Washington coming off a fresh loss to Michigan, and then Illinois fresh loss to Ohio State. So they did at least have a bye week for Illinois, kind of reset. I still think Altmaier's a good quarterback. He's 13-1 touchdown to interception ratio. Mm-hmm. He has moments where he gets a little, scrambled to me, but for the most part, I trust him a lot. And Damon Williams, he's got moments where he can really sling it. But then you saw it in the Michigan game. He got rattled. He had some bad misses.
That's true.
And then Coleman and crew, when they play a strong defense, their rushing attack just has not been as strong. So that's a big question I have there. I kind of lean on Illinois this one, with Figan, trying to get it rolling on the ground and being strong there after a bye week. But they are on the road in Seattle. What are you feeling on this one?
Who are you picking?
Oh man, I wanted to wait on you. I'm going to go Illinois. I'm going to do it. They're going to get a road dub.
I'm going to take Jed Fish from the Washington Huskies. I'm still very confident in them, even though they obviously lost to Michigan. They haven't really been they haven't been as good as I thought they'd be. But I will say that I think that they're consistently getting a little bit better each week. And other than the Michigan game, where I thought that I felt that was just a little uncharacteristic a little bit. And I don't know, maybe Wink was actually doing some stuff that they weren't prepared for. So that's fine.
He went back to playing nickel and 4-2-5 as opposed to that 5-2 shit that he was doing. Or what? Yeah, I don't know what Wink did against USC. It was atrocious. Yep. But Michigan got back to kind of the normal base defense, and the run defense really stood up. So
right,
if Washington cannot run, they're in trouble.
Yep. Well, we'll see. They're at home, so I mean, hopefully the home field will give them an edge. But I got Washington to win that one.
All right, and that spread is currently 4.5 in favor of Washington. So I'm taking a flyer on it, but we can do that. All right, Trev. So that's our pick 'em, guys. Again, throw it in the comments who your pick 'em is. We'll have the graphics up, probably tomorrow or the next day, depending on when Blake gets me his picks. I looked down and saw in the comments, true or false, the Golden Gopher is the most elite mascot in all of sports.
Oh, wow.
Oop, hold on.
False.
You're going false?
Yeah, false. 100% false.
It's a pretty cool one. I love what they do in the field goal kicking, and they have that gopher up that's giving them the look, the side eye. Like that turns me on a little bit, but
all right.
I don't know. Who would you say? Jake, I want to know who you say in the comments. Who's the most elite? He's like Bucky's on steroids. I mean, Bucky's is elite. Man, I don't know. I like for mascots. Western Kentucky's got a good one. That's a funky one. Not Cal. That's for god dang sure. Cal's no. You're disgusting. You freak me out. It's nightmare fuel. Don't go looking at Cal or Purdue's mascot. Let us know in the comments, guys, who your favorite is. I can't give you an answer because I
can't say it right now. I do not want to I don't want to get this particular person going.
The Stanford trees.
No.
Yes, the Stanford the tree, man.
I was gonna say good old Chief down in Florida State. Is probably one of the best mascots in college football.
That's a good one. Chief Osceola.
Yeah.
That's You can't hate on that. That's cool shit.
I mean, don't get me wrong. No love for Florida State, but I mean, as far as mascots go, it's pretty one of the best.
Yeah, that's damn good. So I don't know. I'd have to do research and throw you my pick later because I'm brain dead at the moment.
So Brendan, I have a question for you.
What's up, my man?
Who are you going to go aggressive this week with your gridlock, or are you going to play it safe? Because I know which way I'm going because I have to.
You got to get a win, bro. you got to get on the win.
No, I'm still going to stay aggressive, brother.
Oh, are you? You going hard?
Yep.
Yeah, let's do our gridlocks real quick, and again, we'll put those out when time comes. I'm on a streak, man. I kind of want the wins to keep rolling. I was looking at California, Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech is freaking 2-5, and they're 4.5 point favorites right now.
That is one I did look at as well.
Is really, really looking nice for me. Thought it was looking really nice. I don't know yet.
I was looking at BYU and Iowa State, honestly, as far as potentially a safe pick, because I really do think that BYU is gonna take it to them. But the other one that I'm probably gonna I'm just gonna lock it in because I decided I'm already gonna do it.
Oh shit.
So it's gonna be Appalachian State over Old Dominion. And they are a 14.5 point underdog.
All right, hold on. I forgot to write these in my notes. So let me write grid lock. I'm spelling it out as we speak. All right, Trevor, you're going who? App State?
Appalachian State over Old Dominion.
Okay.
And they are a 14.5 point underdog, which is crazy to me.
That dude.
Because both teams have the same record. They are both 4-3.
Yeah, ODU's kind of taking a skid. They were rolling too. Everybody was talking about them. Watch for them in the playoffs, and then they've taken a skid.
And you are more than likely correct.
Yeah,
I am not gonna lie.
Trevor has. I hate to bring up old scars and rip scabs off, but Trevor has been quite frankly atrocious on the gridlocks this week. If you are a betting man, I would not.
Opposites. Apparently, you know what? Opposites, baby. Opposites.
Yeah. So,
my gosh.
No, that's a bold pick. I don't mind you taking that at all. I like the boldness.
Well, I feel like I have a little bit more faith in Appalachian State being able to pull it together for an away game than I've seen Old Dominion, and most of the time they were terrible when I saw them. Yeah,
I don't know. I'm gonna go. I'm sticking Cal. I'm gonna lock that one in. Another one that's intrigued me was the Minnesota versus Iowa. I think that's a game. They're both sitting at 5-2. Minnesota with a big win over Nebraska recently. Iowa's currently 8.5 point favorites. They just went toe to toe with Penn State, who's trying to figure things out without a quarterback. That's one that I would look at too. Is Minnesota upsetting Iowa on the road? It's in Kinnick, but it's not a night game. It will fade into darkness, but. I'm sticking with Cal though. That's my pick for the gridlock of the week.
All right, perfect.
And again, we'll post these on social media, and when Blake gets us his, that'll be published. Outside that, looking at some of these comments before we start shutting her down, can you talk about Delaware versus Middle Tennessee State?
We can. We can certainly talk about them.
Middle Tennessee State is absolute dog shit. Like, they are ass. And Delaware, they just came up from the FCS.
And they've been playing great. They've been playing great, really.
They've been duped out of a win. I'm standing on that business. And Delaware is also bringing out these really cool midnight uniforms. I don't know if you've seen them, but they're obviously Delaware wears the same uniform that like Michigan does with a wing helmet. Well, they're bringing out a black and gray midnight uniform. So it's got gray wings, black helmet. It is tight looking, guys. So they can't lose. So,
okay. True or false, Brendan? Penn State goes 5-7.
Hold on now. Let me pull up Penn State's. And they're not even in my thought process right now. Penn State schedule. As
everybody watching, true or false? Penn State goes sub 500.
Hey, you can't say a blue hen's better than a Wolverine, man. Come on now. I do love the blue hens though. They look cool. My wife, she was watching the game with me the other night when she was like, "What the hell is it?" I was like, "It's chicken." She's like, "What the hell, man?" Like, was it? Well, it's a hen, Dana. It's a hen. Let me pull this up real quick.
Just as good as the gamecock. I'm just saying.
And,
Equality for chickens.
And less potential for flopping.
Yeah,
Looking at this for Penn State. Well, luckily they have a bye week. But then when you look at the rest of their schedule, guys, they have Ohio State coming out of the bye on the road at Ohio State. They have Indiana then after that. They play the number 1 and 2 teams immediately back to back.
Yep.
Aller's gone. He's out for the season. The only one, Nebraska's got a sieve on the defensive line or on the offensive line, but I don't see how they can score points with them. And then Michigan State's the same way. Defensively, they're struggle bus. I could see them losing out. Could you imagine? Yeah, I think 5 and 7.
That entire staff would be gone.
I'm going to say true on that. They lose to Ohio State, Indiana. They lose to Nebraska and Rutgers. Or they split one of those, Nebraska and Rutgers. Yeah, I'll take that. 5 and 7. Florida State playing Penn State. No, neither one's making a bowl game. Sorry. I don't know, man. Florida State might still. Penn State, I'm out on you. You're done. You've ruined your season, fired your coach, and you make it a poor man's version of James Franklin.
I think if Florida State loses one more game, they're done.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up theirs real quick before we shut her down, because I got to see what they're doing. 2025 schedule for Florida State. Listen, they at least can score. Like, they can move the ball. They've got Wake Forest after this bye week. They have Clemson, which is struggling. Virginia Tech. No, I think Florida State they'll get 6. They'll find a way to get 6.
Yeah,
it's going to be tight, but they'll find a way. So yeah, I think FSU goes to a bowl. Thank you guys. We appreciate everybody. With the comments, it makes these live shows fun. We tried to do it live tonight to see how it goes. I think it turned out pretty well. So again, hit us up in the comments. Norvell should be fired. I agree. I think most Florida State fans feel that too. I don't know. There's talk about how much it would cost to fire him and hire a new coaching staff. I think it was On3 reported it, said it was being like $100 million range to fire the staff and then hire a new one with the buyouts and everything else. So maybe they won't. Maybe they're saving that money to get out of the.
That's absolutely insane.
Get out of the ACC, because I know they were trying to do that too. So
absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Let us know what you guys think. Again, we appreciate it. And Trev, on our header here, if you pull us out a little bit, you want to give them the rundown?
All right, we got Twitter, which most of you are already on, or X. Obviously, YouTube. Some of you are on YouTube. We appreciate you there. But on Facebook and our others, our podcast, Substack is where you can actually go read some of our write-ups. Brendan's does the Michigan one. Blake does the Ohio Ohio State, not Ohio State. Alabama. And then we got a few another writer that does the Group of 5. So go check that out. Subscribe to it. And don't forget to share all of our stuff on Facebook. We really appreciate every share that we get. It certainly helps us out, especially when we do these live shows. Share it with your friends. Let other people join in and have some fun with the conversation. We appreciate everybody that's watching tonight. Thank you so much.
Hell yeah. And we'll see you guys. Remember, live show Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central. We do recap of the games, and again, fan interaction. That's what we love. Like, we're fans ourselves. We're not trying to be anything we're not. So hit us up in the comments. We'd love to see it. And we'll see you next time, guys. Enjoy this week of football.
Take it easy, everybody.